I found 3 of the best free VIN check websites that covers everything I need as a car dealer. So not only will I show you that, I'll also give you a secret way how one of these websites can give you a full Carfax report completely for free. Let's get right into it. So the first one we're going to be using is NICB, and that's what we're going to use to check the status of the title. Now we're at the site right now. This is how the whole site dashboard looks, and we're going to use the same VIN number for all 3 of these sites. So let's check the VIN now, and this is what it's going to look like if it's a completely clean title. It'll show a check next to the theft record and the total loss record. Of course, if it was a salvage or a rebuild title and one of these things happened in the vehicle's history, then that would be an X instead. And from what I've seen, this is generally pretty accurate. Like the records that are here are usually the same records that's on things like AutoCheck. Now going on to the second VinCheck website, it's called NHTSA. And that's what we're going to be using to check the vehicle details. So this is what the site looks like. We're going to use again the same VIN number and type it in here, and then just press decode VIN. For this one, you're going to see it's a 2014 Buick. It'll tell you the exact model that it is. Sometimes I will say this can be a little off, but generally speaking, it can tell you the exact details like the trim, as you can see here. You can see if it has all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, things like that. You can see exactly which engine it has. So this is the 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine. And sometimes, let's say if it's a manual transmission or something like that, you can also see what the transmission style is as well. But sometimes, as you can see, it's not there. For site number 3 for the VinCheck websites, it's going to be Carfax value. And that's what we're mainly going to be checking to see the odometer. And first of all, I know a lot of you might think at first, hey, well, you have to pay for Carfax. That's not right. This can't be true. But there is a section on Carfax's site, which is this, just Carfax value. If you type it in, you're going to see it. And it's going to bring you to this page where you can just type in the zip code, the VIN number, or if you have the license plate number, you could type that in here. So we're going to type in the same information for that same car. And as a very quick thing, yes, we're going to get into how you do the full Carfax report right after this. But I did want to mention this as well, because truthfully, the next thing of getting the full Carfax report, again, I don't know exactly how long that's going to be available for free. So I want you to at least get this as well. But the important information that we're going to see here is, first, on the top, you're going to see important things like what the actual vehicle's value is. And the cool thing about this is that it's not like Kelley Blue Book where it just gives you a very standard value regardless of what the history of the car is. With this one, it takes in the Carfax report that people would generally have to pay for. So it brings up things like how many owners the car has, how many accidents it has, what the vehicle's history is like with service maintenance, and it puts that all together for what the value of the car should be. But then the really important part of the site is at the bottom right here where it says the mileage. And that's just not some random mileage that Carfax threw in here. This is the mileage that was estimated based on the last report for the car. So let's say if the last person that owned this car brought the car into a service shop or to get it registered or whatever the case may be, this is the mileage that is reflected based on that. Before we start going into the full Carfax report, I did also want to mention that I put together a full training teaching how you can get $2,000 plus profit flipping a car in under 7 days. And honestly, even if you're not interested in flipping a car yourself, if you use these same practices to just find a really great deal for yourself, that's still going to be amazing because you're going to be finding cars way undervalued from what the usual price would be. But if you want access to that full training, you can go to the link in the description below. But now let's get on to the last thing, which is getting that full Carfax report. So for this one, this is something that you can't do on the computer. You can only do this on your phone. So what you're going to be doing is going to the App Store if you have Apple, or the Google Play Store if you have Android, and searching up Carfax Car Care, which is basically just Carfax's app. Then once you log in, you're going to see something like this where you can add a car to your garage. So let's select add a car. You're going to type in the VIN number for the car. Of course, yes, we're using that same one with the Buick. And it's just going to ask you a few questions about the car. And honestly, it doesn't really matter exactly what the answer to those questions are, but you could just quickly go through them. It'll generally ask you if the odometer is close to what is stated here, which you can see this is around the same odometer that was shown in the last part of the Carfax value report. But let's just go through all that. And then you're going to be taken to the full Carfax dashboard. So here, this is where you could see a lot of different things. So it's categorized into different sections here. So let's say if you wanted to check up to see when the last oil was changed, you can even see right here what the last shop that basically maintained the car was. And you go to the bottom, do show more, and you could see when that exact last oil was changed, which looks like it was in August of 2023, and this is 2024 when I'm recording this. So if I was purchasing this vehicle, I mean, honestly, regardless, I'd be changing the oil right away after I got a car. But it looks like this one should probably be changed too. And if you did want to see what things would look like if you don't do some of what I reported here, I did actually put together a full video already explaining the 3 times that I've gotten the scams flipping cars. But that's everything. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and make sure you get yourself that free training so you can get yourself a really great deal for a car. All right, till next time.